All right, you're self-employed, you're getting close to the end of the year and you're thinking, how am I gonna pay taxes on all this money? Is there any way I can defer, avoid, and manage my tax bill? Yeah, a retirement plan. What type of retirement plans are available for you self-employed individuals? I'll explain coming up. My name is Mike Bernard. I'm the host of the Wise Money Show. I'm also one of the certified financial planners right here at Korhorn Financial Group. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and smash that thumbs up button. All right, so if you're self-employed or you have a side hustle, what kind of 401k, what kind of retirement plan, what kind of whatever can you set up to shelter some of that income and defer it into a retirement account? What are the right retirement accounts for those of you that are self-employed or, and I can't stress this enough, fully employed, but then have a side hustle or, just have a side gig where you're self-employed. These options might be, could be, should be available to you as well. Honestly, I'm just going to throw this out there, not the topic of the video. But for those of you that are working a normal job, 40, 50 hours a week, something like that, and then have a side hustle or a side gig, that you've got to do tax planning. You have got to do tax planning because it opens you up to consider some of these retirement plans. It opens you up to some other deductions that you should be getting on your tax return. You've got to be doing comprehensive financial planning and work with a financial advisor who loves taxes, a total geek, and wants to plan with you about those. All right, back to the topic. What are the right retirement plans you need to consider? I've got 3 of them right now. All right, do I start with my favorite one or do I leave that to the end? I'll just give it to you right now. It's the single K. It's the solo 401k, the single 401k. They used to call it a KEO. It's got a whole bunch of names, but it is a 401k plan for self-employed individuals. And by the way, this is one of the catches. By self-employed, I mean, only you can be the employee, an employee. Only you can work there and your spouse. You can't have any other employees. Anyone else that's working for you better be a contractor and you better do that legally. Don't say, well, I'm telling you when you have to work and how you have to work. You're using my equipment, but I'm only giving you a 1099. It doesn't fly, guys. That's illegal, okay? So, but yeah, it can only be you and your spouse as an employee. And if that's the case, yeah, single K is without a doubt, your best option. Why? Because you can contribute up to the normal 401k limits, okay? Which next year is going to be $20,500, up to the maximum that you make, okay, up to your earnings, but with a cap of $20,500, and if you're age 50 or older, add another $6,500 on top of that. And then above that, you can do a profit sharing as well for no additional cost of having this 401k open, this single K open. You can add a profit share component as well, which is a 25% of your profit contribution directly into this single K. Fantastic. Well, what's the catch? Oh, I bet it costs thousands of dollars to set up like some 401ks you've heard of. No, administration is next to nothing. It's very, very easy. Oh, I know, you can't do a Roth. Actually, many single Ks you can. Many of them can. Not all of them. I don't believe Fidelity offers a Roth at the moment. I'm sure they will at some point. But yeah, you should be able to do that. What about loans? Yeah, you should be able to do that too, depending on the company that you work with. Okay, but I bet I only have one investment option and it's cash. No, you have a lot of investment choices as well. Guys, this really is almost the holy grail of retirement plans for self-employed individuals. Okay, the biggest catch is if you have any other employees, then you can't use it. Okay, so check out the single 401k, the single K, the solo 401k, the KEO, whatever it is. Talk to your CFP, see if this is the right retirement plan for you. If it's not, and I mean, you've got to confirm it's not, then the second option is the Simplified Employee Pension IRA, the SEP IRA. And you might say, well, Simplified Employee Pension, wow, that sounds great. I'll do that. Okay, guys, it's not that exciting. What's your contribution limit? It's basically the profit share component of that single K that I explained. You can contribute 25% of your income, of your profits into the SEP IRA. Fantastic. And this is going to show you pros and cons. And oh, you could contribute so much into this thing. I know, but hang on, hold your horses. That means you've got to have income that high. Okay, you've got to have income that high in order to contribute that much, because your contribution is always a percentage of that profit. And so if you have income that high, likely you should restructure, become a corporation, and set up a single K where you can do a normal contribution and the SEP. Where it does fit is if you are working and you already have a 401k. If you're already working, you already have a 401k that you're maxing out through your job, and you've got a side hustle, oh, that's where the SEP really makes a ton of sense, okay? Because you can contribute that 25% or whatever of your profits into a different plan over and above your 401k contribution that you're doing through your employer. You could do a SEP also if you've got multiple employees. A lot of times family businesses where only family works there, they'll do a SEP. Why? Because you can have other employees and still do it, but the contribution for the SEP is all by the employer. There's no contribution limit like $20,500, whatever, like there is for a 401k. Employees can't contribute to it. And while this is still uncommon, lots of family, not lots, but family-run businesses will do this because everyone is sort of an owner, okay? And typically you don't make as much as you could going out on your own or working with another company. And so mom and dad or whoever actually owns the company on paper says, all right, well, we'll contribute to your retirement for you. The problem is once the business says, all right, we want to contribute 10% into someone's, 10% of someone's earnings, someone's wages into their SEP, they've got to do 10% for everyone. There's no exception, okay? You've got to make a universal contribution to everyone. So for that reason, a lot of people say, SEP's not for me, but in a couple cases, it works, okay? Work with your CFP on that. And then the third option, if neither one of those work, I don't love this one. I mean, we're really kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel here, but you could put yourself on payroll and do a simple IRA. Or if you've got a couple people working for you and you're self-employed, but you've got one or two employees that are not your spouse, then a simple IRA may be the right approach. And simple, it is simple, but as everything is in finance, that's an acronym, a savings incentive match plan for employees. And guess what? I didn't even need to study for that before the test. That's just, it's ingrained in my memory, okay? And so it is a simple type of retirement plan. Your contribution limits are less than 401ks. You can't do a Roth. You can't do loans. The company match is either a 2% mandatory contribution by the company to everyone, or a 3% 100% on the first 3% match. Very little wiggle room to change that. Not a lot of investment options typically, and it's sort of a scaled down version of a 401k, and because that, administrative costs are next to nothing. Very easy to set up. So small employers, as opposed to self-employed, small employers do the simple a lot, okay? Now that 401k plans have a PEP where you can do a pooled employer plan and share the administrative costs, I don't know. Those features that you wanted the simple IRA to have, but it doesn't, and you're like, well, but it's really cheap to administer, I'll just do this. Now you can get those features in a pooled employer plan, a PEP 401k at very little cost. I think that's fewer people are going to be using simples. They'll be going to a pooled employer plan 401k, but the simple IRA is still an option. Work with your CFP on that. I mean, this is the thing. We've got a full retirement plans department on our team, experts in the retirement plan space, innovating in the retirement plan space as well. Why? To work with our financial advisors and our clients to say, all right, for your business, either the business you own, the business that you run for someone else, the business that you work at, what type of retirement plan should you have? What type do you have? Is there any enhancements you can make? And by the way, if so, we want to give that advice, and then we want to help you implement that advice as well. So hopefully your CFP is helping with that. If you own a small business, you need a retirement plan, and no one's out there helping, we can help. We're not the only ones that can help, and we can't help everyone out there, obviously, but if you need some help, reach out to us. You can find us online, Korhorn.com, that's Korhorn with a K, wisemoneyshow.com, you can find us there as well, or give us a call, 574-247-5898. All right, there you have it. Go out and take your next wise step in your financial life.